Chat. Everyone in chat right now, I want to make something very clear to you all. I'm not doing this for any type of monetary profit. In reality, this all came about because of this beautiful Twitch community and Discord community we have cultivated over the last several months. And I just want to tell you exactly what happens with these videos. The monetary gain from YouTube ad revenue goes directly towards the record companies and the bands, which I am more than happy to help with. So if you essentially by liking the video and sharing it with your friends, you are contributing towards the band's success. And so I'm very proud to be a part of that. And if you wanted to support the YouTube channel, you can subscribe and stay up to date with other videos. And eventually, maybe I'll do some different kinds of content. But I'm very happy to see the reception of some very intelligent musical people coming together. So without further ado, we're gonna do some reactions, and we're gonna listen to some more music. I'm looking. Oh, am I pronouncing it right? It's Finnish, right? If I do, it'll tell us the name of the song. If I do this, Jouluyö, 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 Jouluyö. Oh Holy Night. Jansen singing Oh Holy Night. And she's pregnant.
Now I know you know this song. You might just know every word, so I would love to hear you sing along with me. Will you?
All right, I wanted to hear the whole verse and her go up there. I'm gonna say some really gross stuff about Jansen singing right here. Not like bad. There's nothing bad about her singing here, but the very interesting thing about being pregnant while singing. If you've been singing for a long time, you start to hear the kind of breathing that people do and the way that the breathing impacts the voice, right? And so the way her vibrato is, it's a little wider than normal. It's very luscious. It's very colorful. It's very full phonation of the vocal cords, but the vibrato is a little wider than usual. What that usually means is that there's a much more, a larger use of the inhalation muscles during exhalation, which basically means using the muscles of inhalation that you use to create a space that allows the air to enter while you're exhaling to create a more controlled flow of air, right? And what's happening with a child inside her is that it's allowing her to be more depressurized, which gives us that clean, very wide, nice, warm sounding vibrato in her sound, which you don't hear in a lot of other concerts when she's not pregnant, right? So it's a really interesting choice. I mean, she's making really smart choices with her sound to maximize that beauty and maximize that color to work with her body in a way that she doesn't have to do anything different. She's not, because her body's changed, she is working with it instead of working against it to try to do what she was doing before. And I think that's a sign of an expert singer who the voice changes. I'll say this. The voice changes continuously throughout your life. Your voice is never the same. Week to week, month to month, year to year. There are big moments in your life, like when you're going through puberty for the male voice, it changes. In your mid-20s, your voice adjusts again. And then towards the mid-30s, your voice will solidify in a different way and be the strongest it's ever been. And then towards the early 50s and on, your voice will slowly start to deteriorate. And that's just the nature of the human body. So you always have to be adjusting to how the voice works. And as a professional singer, like Floor here, you have to know how to work with those changes and adapt to the voice. There's never anything consistently. So when you're approaching singing, stop thinking about it like it's a day-to-day, I'm going to get better today, tomorrow I'm going to get 2 steps, and I'm going to keep adding 2 steps. It's more like you're going to take 2 steps forward, then 3 steps back, then 1 step forward, then half a step back, and then you're going to turn to the right and take like 10 steps that way, and then you're going to backpedal, do a twist, and go forward. There is no consistency in your life as a singer with the voice. It's all about, in the moment, becoming in tune. That's what your practice should be about, learning how the body feels while you sing. Fox, to answer your question, some people's mouths shake with their vibrato. Most mouths are static with vibrato. So I actually had a conversation with someone today about this. And your mouth, your jaw, right, it's connected with all these muscles to the larynx. Vibrato is a natural vibration in the chords with even phonation caused by even breath flow and like a stability here that's not caused by tension. When we move here, it's a symptom that you're not completely tension-free here. And it doesn't have a negative impact other than the fact that your sound doesn't travel as much. You're losing natural resonance that has a naturally physically acoustic pattern that will travel farther, right? It's not like it's any louder or softer, but the sound wave itself, when you're able to create natural vibrato without the jaw wiggle, that sound physically travels farther. It's more uniform with the voice. Now, there is nothing negative about the jaw waggle, the jaw wiggle, the whatever you want to call it, jaw vibrato, except the sound doesn't travel. So if you're trying to be an opera singer and you're trying to sing acoustically without any amplification that's not from your own body, then the jaw wiggle inhibits that sound. But for everything else, if you have a microphone, who cares? I think vocal coaches who are too dogmatic with their thinking and think that, oh, well, I learned that the jaw wiggle is not good. Well, you're actually, maybe you're stopping someone from discovering something new about their voice. You're trying to stop the jaw wiggle, but maybe by stopping the jaw wiggle, they're actually adding more tension that's going to stop them from getting to the next step. If your priority is projecting without amplification, then yeah, you want to work to avoid the jaw wiggle, and the only way you can do that is through learning how to use breath properly to relax the larynx here. But if you're creating a sound like she's creating, and you have a microphone, and in the moment there, she's choosing to make that sound, and it causes her jaw to wiggle, or she's allowing her jaw to wiggle a little bit to get that sound out of her larynx. Maybe it wasn't her best voice day. Maybe it was a choice because the sound she makes requires that. I can't say for sure. No one can except for her herself. But it's not a bad thing. Anyone who says that, they need to clarify their reasoning. Because she has a microphone. There's no reason she needs to try to project over an orchestra with 0 microphones. So I'm fine with the jaw wiggle. Totally cool with me. She's so happy. And I will only say some digitalists that it hurts if she wasn't using a microphone. But otherwise, who cares? The sound is the sound. And the sound works and it's appropriate. Yeah, I got you. So here we go. Yes, I just cut it off before the high note. Kill me. But the thing about Finnish is yes, it's difficult. But for someone who knows many languages and someone who is trained professionally as a singer, I will say with my like many years of going to school for singing, one of the biggest skills that you focus on a lot is by being able to sing a certain language by learning just the sounds. There's a tool called the International Phonetic Alphabet, which is a group of symbols that can be applied to any language. And basically, if you have someone who speaks the language who also understands the International Phonetic Alphabet, they can write down the IPA, we call it, and give you basically a singer's guide to the sounds you have to make. And so you put those sounds together, and then you're able to sing it. Maybe you don't understand what is being sung, but you understand the sounds. You know, that's the bare minimum. And you should always understand what you're singing because you always want to be telling a story. But if you're in a crunch, or if you need to learn something quickly, or it's in a language that you completely have zero understanding with, then you work with the IPA. IPA stands for International Phonetic Alphabet. And Flora is a trained singer, so I have no doubt that she uses the International Phonetic Alphabet when she's working with a single, a language that she doesn't understand. Yes, Indian Pale Ale. That is a big joke floating around music schools all over the world.
Kiitos paljon. Tosi kaunis. Kiitos kaikille.
I love how smart she is with her posture too. She doesn't want to put too much downward pressure on her breathing mechanism, so she's leaning forward to allow. There's an idea in Italian singing technique called the appoggio, and it's basically just the feeling of your diaphragm pressing down, of your lungs constantly expanding while you're singing. So it's basically, it feels like you're inhaling air nonstop, even while you're singing. It feels like you're inhaling with those muscles. It's called the appoggio, and that's exactly what she's doing by leaning over like that. It's a very smart singer. Big brain singer moves right there. Well, I want to actually show it. Verify. Just watch how she's standing. Here. Just like that. Very, very smart singer move. Beautiful. Gorgeous! So anyway. Oh, Jouluyö! It was great.